Hi dear student, this particular class I want to discuss a few application type of problems on maxima minima. Generally in the board exam also they are asking these type of questions as a 6 marks questions from the chapter maxima minima. So all of you try to pay attention properly while watching the video. So this is the information given. Divide 64 into two parts. 64 we have divided into two parts such that sum of the cubes of two parts is minimum. That means x cube plus y cube is minimum. X plus y is equal to 64. That means 64 we are dividing into two parts. One part is equal to x, the other part is equal to y. We have to divide in such a way the x cube plus y cube we have to get minima. This expression we have to get minima. But observe here, we have to get this value as a minima. But here two variables are there. Try to convert those two variables into a single variable. Sir, how to convert those two variables into a single variable? Yes, we have the condition is there. X plus y is equal to 64. By using this condition, convert this function into a single variable function. Now you will get like this. X cube plus, in place of y we can write 64 minus x whole cube. That is equals to say f of x. That is f of x. Now he is asking this function minimum value we have to find out, right? So now this is the function, differentiate, equate to 0, x value, double differentiation, same procedure. Now f dash of x is equals to 3x square plus 3 into 64 minus x whole square into inner function differentiation minus 1, right? Now this is equated, this one more step we will write 3x square minus 3 into 64 minus x whole square, that is the first differentiation. Now the differentiation equate to 0, then what happens? X square is equal to 64 minus x whole square. Now what happens this one? You will get x is equal to plus or minus 64 minus x. Therefore we are getting, therefore we will get x is equals to minus 64 plus x, one possibility. Next possibility is x is equal to 64 minus x. Therefore we are getting 2x is equal to 64 and x is equals to 32, because here we are not getting the value of x. So we got x is equals to 32. Now find out the double differentiation. F double dash of x is equals to, what we will get f double dash of x? You will get a 6x minus 3 into 2 into 64 minus x into inner function differentiation minus 1. Now we can write this one as 6x plus 6 into 64 minus x, that is double differentiation. Now what is our target? At x is equal to 32, double differentiation we have to get greater than 0. Double differentiation greater than 0 means we have a minima or not. That's why find out f double dash of 32. No doubt, no need to simplify. Clearly f double dash of 32 is equal to 6 into 32 plus 6 into 64 minus 32. That is f double dash of 32. No need to simplify. No doubt, this is greater than 0. Second derivative at x is equal to 32 greater than 0. Therefore we can say at x is equal to 32. X is equals to 32. F of x has minimum value. So we got x is equals to 32. X is equal to 32. Substitute there. We will get y value is also equal to 32. So we divide 64 into two equal parts so that x cube plus y cube you will get minima. So that is the application regarding maxima and minima. So there is another question he is asking like this. a wire of length 28 meters, a wire of length 28 meters, we have to cut into two pieces. Now this is the wire of length 28 meters that we have to cut into two pieces. This is one piece and this is another piece. Or if I am assuming one piece length is equal to x, no doubt the other piece length must be 28 minus x. Okay, right. A wire of length 28 meters is to be cut into two pieces. With one piece we are molding into a circle. The other piece we are molding into a square. Other piece we converted into a square. The first piece we converted into a circle. This one only molded as a circle. This piece only we molded as a square. What is asking? The combined area of these two is minimum. Then what are the lengths of the two pieces? So what is x value? So that these two combined area is minimum. Okay. So write circumference of the circle. I am assuming radius of the circle is equals to r. That's why circumference is equals to 2 pi r. The 2 pi r must be equal to x. Because this circumference is nothing but length x. At the same time, perimeter of a square is equal to 4a. That 4a is nothing but 28 minus x. Therefore, we will get a value is equals to 28 minus x divided by 4. Whereas here we are getting the value of r is equal to x by 2 pi. He is asking combined area of circle and square is minimum. So what is the combined area? Area of a circle is equal to pi r square and the square area is equal to a square. So this is the combined area of circle and square. This is minimum. But this we have to differentiate. To differentiate this one, there must be only one variable. But here we have two variables are there. Try to convert these two variables into a single variable. Yes, we have the information. In place of r we can write x by 2 pi. In place of a we can write 28 minus x divided by 4. Then what happens? The combined area is equals to pi into x square divided by 4 pi square plus a square is equals to 28 minus x whole square divided by 16. Now after cancellation you will get x square divided by 4 pi plus 28 minus x whole square divided by 16. That is the combined area function with a single variable x. Now differentiate this one. This is a. Differentiate it. dA by dx. With respect to the variable we are differentiating. Here the variable is x. That's why with respect to x we are differentiating. Now this is equals to 1 by 4 pi into x square differentiation is 2x plus 1 by 16 into 28 minus x whole square differentiation 2 into 28 minus x into inner function differentiation minus 1. Now this simplification you will get x divided by 2 pi, right, minus 28 minus x divided by 8. So that is the simplification here. So that is dA by dx. Now dA by dx equate to 0. So differentiation we have to equate to 0. Then we will get x divided by 2 pi is equals to 28 minus x divided by 8. Therefore 2 ones to 4's cancel. You will get 4x is equals to 28 pi minus pi x you will get. Therefore we are getting the value of x is equals to 28 pi divided by pi plus 4. That is x value we got. Now what to do? Double differentiation we have to find out. D square a by dx square. What is d square a by dx square? 1 by 2 pi minus, what about its differentiation? Its differentiation is equal to minus 1 by 8. So minus 1 by 8. So that is nothing but 1 by 2 pi plus 1 by 8 we got. Double differentiation. But now we have to find out d square a by dx square, second derivative at x is equals to 28 pi divided by pi plus 4, also you will get the same only 1 by 2 pi plus 1 by 8. So what we can say, no doubt this is greater than 0. For this x value, double differentiation we got greater than 0. This step is compulsory, we have to show. Then only we can say at x is equal to 28 pi by pi plus 4, the combined area is minimum. Second derivative we got greater than 0, so minimum we can say. That's why when x is equals to 28 pi divided by pi plus 4, the combined area is minimum. That means one piece length we got 28 pi by pi plus 4. But what is the length of the other piece? The length of the other piece is nothing but 28 minus x. Yes or no? So that is equals to 112 divided by pi plus 4 is the length of the other piece. Right? So 28 meters wide, we have to divide into two pieces. One piece length is equal to this one, the other piece length is equal to this one, so that we will get the combined area. The combined area you will get minimum. Okay, so that is about the discussion regarding that particular application oriented question. Now there is another question they are asking like this. This is the question. This is, let us imagine this is a square sheet. This is a square sheet of length 18 centimeters. Size of the square piece is given as 18 centimeters. What is saying? From all the four corners, remove the square piece from all the four corners. From all the four corners we have to remove the square piece. So from all the four corners a square piece is removed. This is the square piece removed from all the four corners. I am assuming the size of the square piece removed is equal to x. So what is saying? By cutting off square pieces from all the four corners, a square piece is removed and folding up the blocks. Now we got a box or not? To make this box volume as a maximum, this box volume maximum, to get the volume of this box as a maximum, what is the size of the square piece to be cut off? What is the size of this square piece to be cut off from all the four corners so that this box volume is maximum? Okay, right? Nothing difficulty here. So total, can anyone say, because this is 18 centimeters square piece. Now it made into this is the length total. That only we folded into like this. Now can you tell me what is the length of this box? This side x meters gone. This side x meters gone. So the length of the box is equals to 18 minus 2x. Now this is the actual figure, you will get like this. That only I shown in the original figure. From this corner we removed x. From this corner also we removed x. From all the four corners x centimeters square piece is removed. Now can you tell me the length of the box is equal to 18 minus 2x. No doubt width of the box is also 18 minus 2x. The box length becomes 18 minus 2x, right? Box length is equal to 18 minus 2x. At the same time width of the box also same 18 minus 2x. But what is the height of the box? You see, this is x centimeters. That only we are folding. When that we are folding, height becomes x or not? So height of the box is equal to x. So why height is required? He is asking this box volume maximum. To make the volume of the box is a maximum, what is the size of this square piece to be cut off from all the four corners? So that's why volume of the box is equal to length 18 minus 2x, width also 18 minus 2x into height. So that is the volume of the box. Now this is the volume function with a single variable. Now you can differentiate this one or not? Yes, we can write this one as 18 minus 2x into 18x minus 2x square. Just I multiplied x inside. Now differentiate this one. So dv by dx is equals to 18 minus 2x into its differentiation 18 minus 4x plus 18x minus 2x square into again its differentiation is minus 2, right? Now what we can do here, if this is can be written as 18 minus 2x into here 18 minus 4x, again here if you take x common, what happens? If you are taking x common, that is minus 2x into 18 minus 2x, right? So that further simplification we can do 18 minus 2x common into 18 minus 6x. So that is the differentiation we got. Now this is equal to 0. We will get the value of x is equal to 3. The other value of x is equal to 9. X value we got 3 and 9. Next what to do? Double differentiation we have to find out. D square v by dx square we have to find out. That is equals to 18 minus 2x into minus 6 plus 18 minus 6x into minus 2. That is the double differentiation. Can you tell me the simplification or not required the simplification also? Tell me d square v by dx square we will find out at x is equals to 3 first of all. Because box volume we have to get maximum, right? So double differentiation at x is equal to 3. This term becomes 0. Here no doubt this value we are getting less than 0. At x is equal to 3, this term is equal to 0. At x is equal to 3, this term you are getting negative. Double differentiation at x is equal to 3. That is enough. So when x is equal to 3, the size of the square piece to be cut off from all the four corners must be 3 units, so that the box volume is maximum, because at x is equal to 3 we got the double differentiation less than 0. So that's why the size of the square piece to be cut off from all the four corners, the size of the square piece to be cut off from all the four corners must be 3 centimeters, so that the box volume is maximum. Okay, so that is the discussion this particular question. Whereas for objective exams, directly we can write the answer as 1 by 6 into size of the sheet, because in the question given size of the sheet is equal to 18 given, so that's why 1 by 6 into size of the square sheet is the answer. Directly you will get 3. When 3 centimeters a square piece to be cut off from all the four corners, the box volume is maximum. That is the way we can do for objective exams. So let's have a discussion of one more question. So now this particular question is given in this way. The volume of the largest cone, that can be inscribed in a sphere. So that can be inscribed in a sphere. Inscribed in a sphere of radius capital R is 8 by 27 times the volume of the sphere. The volume of the largest cone volume maximum. That is the funda. The volume of the largest cone volume maximum inscribed in a sphere radius capital R. What we are doing? This is a sphere. Inside the sphere we are inscribing a cone. This is the cone inscribed in a sphere. So what the information given? Given sphere of radius r. That means the sphere is a fixed sphere. So capital R we can take it as a constant. Okay, I am taking the height of the cone is equals to h, and this is the radius of the cone. Let us take the radius of the cone is equal to small r. Now can you tell me sphere radius is equals to r. This is the radius of the sphere, that is equals to r. Now can anyone say what about this length? This is, because height of the cone we are taking as h minus radius of the sphere, because this total is the radius of the sphere. From height of the cone, if you subtract the radius, you will get this length. That length is equal to h minus r. Now tell me from the diagram what we can write. R square is equal to h minus r whole square plus r square. So that simplification is equal to r square is equal to h square plus r square minus 2hr plus r square. So both sides r square cancel. We are getting r square is equals to 2hr minus h square. That is one relation we got. What we will do with that relation will be discussed later. So what he is asking? Volume of the largest cone. Okay, what is the cone volume? Cone volume is equals to 1/3 pi r square h. So no doubt this we have to differentiate. Volume of the largest cone. Cone volume is maximum. This we have to differentiate. But to differentiate this one, we have two variables are there. R is there, H is there, two variables. These two variables we have to convert into a single variable with the help of this equation. We got the information R square is equal to 2hr minus h square. So that's why here I am writing 1/3 into pi h into, in place of R square we can write 2hr minus h square. Now we can write this one as pi/3 into 2h square r minus h cube. Sir, what is the use, sir? Here also r is a variable, h is a variable. R is not a variable. Given sphere. Sphere is fixed. Whenever sphere is fixed, radius of the sphere we can take it as a constant. Right. Now differentiate this volume of the cone. Now we are differentiating the volume of the cone. Differentiate with respect to h is equals to pi/3 into its differentiation we will get 4hr minus 3h square. Okay, if you equate to 0, we will get h value is equal to 4r/3. This is equated to 0, we got h is equal to 4r/3. Come on, now find out double differentiation. D square v by dh square. Double differentiation we are finding. That is equals to pi/3 into h differentiation is 1. That's why 4r minus 6h. That is the double differentiation. Now double differentiation d square volume of the cone by dh square. Double differentiation at h is equal to 4r/3 we have to find out. Double differentiation when h is equal to 4r/3. Substitute here h is equal to 4r/3. Definitely we are getting the value as a negative. If you substitute here h is equal to 4r/3, 4r minus 8r. 4r minus 8r. So that's why double differentiation less than 0. So what we can say? When h is equal to 4r/3, when h is equal to 4r/3, volume of the cone is maximum. Volume of the cone is maximum. Over. What is asking what? That volume of the cone is 8/27 times to the volume of the sphere is asking. Cone volume is equal to 8/27 times to the volume of the sphere is asking. Okay, we got h value. That h value we will substitute here in the volume function. Then we will get the maximum volume or not. So that's why volume of the cone is equal to pi h divided by 3 into 2 into, in place of h we are write 4r by 3 into r minus 16r square divided by 9. So here also in place of h we have to write 4r by 3. I hope so everyone followed. So wherever h is there, or directly we can substitute here also. Wherever h is there, in place of h I written 4r by 3. Now simplify this one. This simplification you will get 8 by 27 into 4 by 3 into pi capital R cube. That is the value we are getting. So this h value 4r by 3 I substituted in the given function, then we will get the maximum value. So that is equals to 8 by 27 times to the, this is nothing but the volume of the sphere or not. So largest volume of the cone. We got the information for this h, double differentiation we got less than 0. That's why when h is equal to 4r by 3, cone volume is maximum. That maximum volume is equal to 8 by 27 times to the volume of the sphere. Okay, so that is about one more application based on maximum minimum. Generally these type of questions they are asking in the board exams. So one more question, show that semi-vertical angle, I hope so everyone know what is a semi-vertical angle of cone of maximum volume and of given slant height. So what is the meaning here? Given slant height. So that means a slant height we can take it as a constant is tan inverse root 2. So we have to show that semi-vertical angle is equals to tan inverse of root 2 we have to show. Okay, right? Semi-vertical angle of a cone of maximum volume. Okay, this is a cone. Height of the cone, and this is the radius of the cone, height of the cone, and we will call this one as the semi-vertical angle of a cone. So I am taking this L as the slant height of the cone. L is the slant height. Now from this diagram we can write L square is equals to R square plus H square. L square is equal to R square plus H square. But what is asking? Cone of maximum volume. What is the volume of a cone? Cone volume is equal to 1 by 3 pi R square H. But here in place of R square what we can write? That is equals to pi by 3 into, in place of R square we can write L square minus H square into H. So therefore volume is equal to pi by 3 into L square H minus H cube. That is the volume function with a single variable H. H is the only variable because L is given slant height. L we can take it as a constant. Now differentiate this one. dV by dH is equals to pi by 3 into L square minus 3H square. So differentiation equate to 0. We will get H value is equal to L by root 3. Now find out d square V by dH square. D square V by dH square is equal to pi by 3 into 0 minus 6H. Now you can check d square V by dH square at H is equals to L by root 3. No doubt we are getting negative. That means what is the observation? When H is equal to L by root 3, the cone volume is maximum. Okay, that part is over. So cone volume maximum we got for H is equal to L by root 3. But what is asking in the question? We have to show alpha is equals to tan inverse of root 2. Okay, right. So from this diagram, what we can write, tan alpha is equals to R divided by H. So we got H value in terms of L. Okay, we will find out R value also in terms of L. Here you will get L square minus L square by 3 is equals to R square. So from this we are getting the value of R is equals to root 2 L divided by root 3. Right? So R value we got root 2 L by root 3. There you will substitute. So therefore we are getting tan alpha is equals to R is nothing but root 2 L divided by root 3 by H also we got the same L by root 3. L by root 3, L by root 3 cancel. Tan alpha is equals to root 2. Therefore we are getting alpha is equals to tan inverse of root 2. So that part is over. When H is equal to L by root 3, we are getting the cone volume as maximum. But he is asking, show that semi-vertical angle is equal to tan inverse of root 2. For finding semi-vertical angle, tan alpha is equal to R by H required. That's why I got the value of R also in terms of L, H also in terms of L. Then after cancellation we got tan alpha is equal to root 2. Tan alpha is equal to root 2 means semi-vertical angle we got tan inverse of root 2. So that is the few applications based on maxima minima. Next class we will discuss a few more questions. Okay, bye bye.